Hi guys, Pierce here. Today I would like to talk about the Atlantis and Aqua Raiders part of my army. Now this is one of the biggest parts of my army, rivaling the size of my Mandalorian faction. Now the only problem is that I don't really live near the coast or the ocean. Now these units are more geared towards the ocean. You're wondering so does this make them useless? Well, I don't really believe so. I think they still have some great use for them. Now I'm gonna explain some reasons why, but first some context. I guess the reasons I'm gonna pose are assuming that these minifigures are the size that they are. They do not change size, and yeah, so let's get started. One of the motion profiles I would assign these units is as Frogmen. Although there are no oceans nearby, there are likely rivers and lakes that lead to oceans in the area. It's likely that an enemy would love to use these rivers and lakes as places to reinforce their positions, or actually to have further grip in the area. Now they would likely put up port facilities to keep these ships running through and out of the river. Now the idea is to send these units down and attack these port facilities. It will be deployed on parts of the river secretly, and it would go to these port facilities. There are likely some light warships and supply ships. You could send frogmen with explosive charges, so like our engineers down here, with some underwater vehicles to get under a ship. Now you could set some charges down there, and when you're done you can get back on these underwater vehicles and then get the heck out of there. And then when the time is ready, you can blow the charges and the warship can be quickly destroyed. Now this is actually a really good use because if you don't have a powerful navy, or you don't have a navy at all, you can just use these smaller units to actually inflict huge amounts of damage without needing that many resources. Moving on, the next logical use of this unit is as an underwater expeditionary force. Now basically these are scouts for going under the lakes and rivers, or even oceans if the army moves out far enough. Now if there's sightings of the enemy under a river, lake, or there's like relics or an ancient area that needs exploring, these units can go there, whereas all the other units, the clone troopers, the Mandalorians, and the regular infantry, simply just can't go there. So these units can go there and figure out what's going on. Now it's important to note that this unit is simply not equipped with any heavy artillery or any heavy weapons. The only equipment that this unit in my army currently has is the Atlantis underwater speeder, which has been upgraded to a good amount, but it just simply does not provide this unit with heavy firepower. So it's just important to use this unit as a scouting unit, but that's good enough because these are just basically scouts, and scouts are not really meant to go up and have a heavy fight. I think it's better to have a much more dedicated unit like Aqua Droids or clone troopers to do this, because their underwater gear is best suited for combat. But yeah, I think these guys can still fight. I got these clone trooper aqua blasters from Clone Army Customs, so a few of these Aqua Raiders and Atlantis minifigures do have them. These are twin barrel guns, and they have a decent rate of fire. They do a decent amount of damage. Have about 3 of them currently deployed. Now you might need some other tools to get around the underwater areas, so some units are also equipped with harpoons. So I guess this can help in catching fish or catching other materials. The squadron leader is equipped with a pistol adapted for underwater warfare. You got engineers, like your frogmen, who could set explosive charges to clear out areas or to take out heavier enemy armor, but it's probably not a good idea to use them in this scenario. But yeah, like these guys could still fight, just don't, I guess for me I should just avoid using them against heavier units because this unit is just simply not equipped. Now if they do come into deeper waters, they can use this for faster travel, which is like an Atlantis underwater speeder. This is actually a Lego set that has been slightly modified, so this usually just has missiles, like 2 missiles and some lights, but I modified it for more combat purposes. So you do still have some lights, so you can still navigate through the darkness, and you do have 2 missiles, though I think less powerful. I replaced I think a light mount for 2 autocannons for water, so you have a better chance at taking out like a large amount of enemies. Like if you need to compensate for the low numbers you have, these autocannons can rip through enemy underwater infantry. But yeah, this is primarily more of a light force. Now the last and most craziest use of this unit takes advantage of their small size compared to the world outlined in this video. The idea is to use this unit as an underwater commando and infiltrator unit. The idea is to send them down through the toilet and take advantage of the sewer system, which connects different parts of a city. From there, they can appear from another part of the city. Now, taking advantage of this unit could go directly behind enemy lines without being noticed. They could end up in houses or areas near toilets that are used as bases. Now, since the enemy is unlikely to expect these forces, they could probably set up viable infrastructure to be attacked. Say this radar communications disc right over here. Now, the infiltration team can now set charges to the radar station. After that, they can get out of Dodge and make it back to the sewers. After that, the enemy facility will be reduced to rubble, which will severely impact their capabilities to do operations later on during any campaign. Now, with losing the facility, the enemy has less capabilities during the battle, which makes it easier to win the war. With a capability to infiltrate, to sabotage, and to get past enemy defenses, this unit has proven itself to be really useful, even if it's not stationed near the ocean.